The Golden State Warriors are officially staying alive in the NBA play-in hunt after an absolute thriller against the Los Angeles Clippers. Stephen Curry reminded the world exactly why he is a legend, exploding for 35 points and draining a massive go-ahead three-pointer in the final minute to silence the crowd. It was a gritty, high-stakes battle that proves this dynasty has plenty of fight left in their tank.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
You have to talk about the unsung hero of this comeback, Al Horford, who was nothing short of spectacular when it mattered most. He caught fire from behind the arc, burying a barrage of fourth-quarter threes that kept the momentum shifting in favor of the visitors. With 14 points off the bench, he provided the perfect spark to complement Curry and keep the Warriors' postseason dreams on track. The defensive effort from Draymond Green was the real difference-maker down the stretch as he completely shut down Kawhi Leonard during the most critical moments of the game. Green secured 2 vital steals in the final minute and proved that even at 36, his basketball IQ remains unmatched by anyone in the league. It was a vintage performance from the veteran anchor, who refused to let his team go home empty-handed. Now the focus shifts immediately to Friday night in Phoenix, where the Warriors face the Suns in a do-or-die matchup for that final playoff seed. The winner moves on to face the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the pressure has never been higher for these postseason-tested veterans. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update on this wild road to the playoffs. Reports of the Warriors' demise have been greatly exaggerated. Just when the doubters were ready to write the eulogy for this fading dynasty, Stephen Curry and Draymond Green decided they weren't done yet. In a classic grit-your-teeth performance, Golden State clawed back from a 13-point fourth-quarter deficit to stun the Clippers 126-121, keeping their playoff hopes on life support for at least 2 more days. You look at the season this team has endured, the knee injuries, the mounting losses, the constant questions about whether the window had finally slammed shut, and you realize why this win felt different. Down 12 too early, the Warriors looked dead in the water, but then came the turn. Steph poured in 11 of his 35 points in the final 10 minutes, and Draymond. He reminded everyone why he's arguably the greatest defender of his generation. He completely neutralized Kawhi Leonard, holding him to 0 shot attempts across 12 crucial fourth-quarter possessions. That isn't just defense, that's psychological warfare. It was a vintage masterclass that forced Steve Kerr to label this one of his all-time favorite wins of this decade-long era. But the mission isn't accomplished. Friday night, they head to Phoenix for another do-or-die elimination game. Win, and they're one step closer to the OKC Thunder. Lose, and the curtains officially fall. Do you think this aging core still has enough left in the tank to pull off the upset in Phoenix? Or was this just one final, beautiful sunset before the inevitable rebuild? Hit that subscribe button and let me know your take in the comments. This is a fight that's far from over. What exactly does a miracle look like in the NBA? Last night, it looked a whole lot like the Golden State Warriors refusing to go home. In a heart-stopping play-in showdown at the Intuit Dome, the Warriors clawed back from the brink to take down the Clippers 126-121, proving that when the lights get brightest, experience isn't just an asset, it's a weapon. This wasn't a clinic on perfection. Let's be honest, those 20 turnovers were a disaster waiting to happen. But what we saw was something far more important, pure, unshakable resilience. Down by 13 points with less than 10 minutes on the clock, most teams would have started planning their vacation. Not this squad. They outscored LA 39-23 in that final stretch, effectively dragging the Clippers into deep water and not letting them come up for air. Now, let's talk about the architects of this comeback. Stephen Curry was, well, vintage Steph. After a quiet first half that had fans holding their breath, he ignited for 27 points in the final 2 quarters to finish with a game-high 35. But the real X factor? Uncle Al Horford. Dropping 12 points in the fourth quarter alone, he silenced any doubters who thought his best days were behind him. His late-game three-pointer didn't just give the Warriors the lead. It felt like a dagger to the Clippers' playoff hopes. We also have to give a nod to Kristaps Porziņģis, who silenced his own critics with 20 points and a masterclass in veteran poise, and Draymond Green, who played the role of defensive nightmare against Kawhi Leonard when it mattered most. This win earns the Warriors a flight to Phoenix on Friday for a winner-take-all clash with the Suns for the final playoff spot. If you want to keep up with the Dubs as they chase this miracle, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a second of the action. It's win or go home now. Do you think the Warriors have enough fuel in the tank to pull off one more upset? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Against all odds, the Golden State Warriors are still standing. If you thought their season was dead in the water, last night's play-in thriller at the Intuit Dome was a loud, emphatic reminder that you can never count out Steph Curry. In a 126-121 comeback win over the Clippers, we witnessed the kind of late-game magic that has defined an entire era of basketball. It wasn't pretty early on, though. Curry looked rusty, clearly feeling the effects of that right knee injury and battling a minute's restriction that kept him grounded through the first half. He managed only 8 points in the opening 2 quarters, and for a moment, it felt like the Dubs were finally running out of gas. But then, the switch flipped. Curry exploded for 27 points in the second half, reminding everyone that he is still the most dangerous closer in the league. That dagger 3 with 50 seconds left, pure poetry. It's worth noting that he didn't do it alone. Gui Santos, Brandon Podziemski, and a rejuvenated Kristaps Porziņģis chipped in with massive performances to keep the ship steady, until Al Horford's crucial corner 3 finally gave them the lead for good. Now, the stakes don't get any higher. Golden State is packing their bags for Phoenix in a winner-takes-all clash against the Suns. It's a do-or-die game for the 8th seed, and while the Warriors hold a 3-1 edge in the regular season series, playoff basketball is a completely different beast. If they pull this off on Friday, they're onto a date with the top-seeded Thunder. Do you think this gritty Warriors squad has enough left in the tank to make a deep playoff run, or is the road going to end in Phoenix? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more coverage. After all, in the NBA, all it takes is one superstar to turn a season of doubt into a run for the ages. They say legends never truly fade, they just wait for the right moment to remind you why they earned the title. Last night at the Intuit Dome, the Golden State Warriors weren't just playing for a win, they were playing for their survival. Down by double digits multiple times in a high-stakes play-in game against the Clippers, it looked like the end of the road for the Dubs. But then, the script flipped. With 50 seconds on the clock and the game hanging in the balance, Steph Curry did what Steph Curry does. With 2 defenders draped all over him, he launched a fadeaway triple that felt like a dagger to the Clippers' hearts. The roar of the crowd, cheering for the road team, told you everything you needed to know. This wasn't just a basket, it was a statement. On the very next possession, Draymond Green provided the perfect sequel, forcing a clutch turnover that set up a Brandon Podziemski and won. Just like that, the Warriors punched their ticket to continue the season with a 126-121 victory. It was a vintage performance that had Steve Kerr pounding the table in the post-game press conference. Despite battling a knee injury that kept him out for 27 games, Curry dropped 35 points, including a massive 16-point third-quarter explosion that turned the momentum for good. Even with a messy game featuring 20 turnovers and shaky free-throw shooting, when you have the greatest shooter on the planet, the math always seems to favor you. But let's give credit where it's due. Al Horford stepped up with a massive fourth-quarter barrage, proving that this team is deeper than just one man. After the game, Horford admitted that having Steph and Draymond in his ear, pushing him, was the fuel he needed. That's the championship DNA we've been talking about for years. Now the Warriors head to Phoenix this Friday. The stakes are simple. Win, and you're into a 7-game series against Oklahoma City. Lose, and you go home. If you loved this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button and sign up for our Warriors HQ newsletter for all the latest analysis. After witnessing a performance like that, are you ready to bet against Steph Curry ever again? Let me know in the comments below.